All right, guys. We are starting on our third packet, and this is day one of our third packet. Okay, so there are 9 rows of chairs in the auditorium. If there are 40 chairs in each row, how many chairs are there in all? So the numbers we need to know we've got 9 rows of chairs. We've got 40 chairs in each row. Okay, so our question, how many chairs are there in all? So keywords, we need to box rows of. That means we should multiply. Each means we should multiply. In all means we should be getting bigger. So it's either adding or multiplication. Well, we already found out 2 other keywords telling us to multiply. So it's going to be multiplication on this one. So we've got 9 rows of 40. Okay, super big number. Don't know it. But remember, if it's a 10, if it ends in our 0 there, then we can pretend like it's not there. So 9 times 4, you can do our finger trick here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, hold it down. We've got 3 before our finger, that's down, that's 30, plus 6 after our finger, that's down. So we know that 9 times 4 is 36. And since we need to add our 0 on the end, because it wasn't 9 times 4, it was 9 times 40, it would be 360. Okay, so there's our word problem for today. That ties in perfectly with what we're doing for our lesson. We're learning to multiply tens. Okay, so let's start out 2 times 10. Okay, we've got 20, right? Let's look at how I just showed you. What's 2 times 1? 2. So we've got to add our 0, 20. I could look at it like this. I have 2 groups of 1 10. So there's a 10, there's a 10. 10, 20. Okay, let's do another one. A little bit bigger numbers. 3 times 50. Okay, I could say, pretend like the 0's not there. 3 times 5. 5, 10, 15. But I've got to add my 0 in there because it wasn't 3 times 5. It was 3 times 50. So 150. Or I could say I've got 3 groups of 50, or 3 groups of 5 tens. So I would say 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Okay, so I can count by tens here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120, 130, 140, 150. That's what I would get. Or I can say I have 5, 10, 15 tens and add my 0 to it. Okay? Let's do one more that way, and then I'm going to show you on a number line. So if I have 6 times 20, I don't know. So let's do 6 times 2. Right, it's just like 6 plus 6, so that's 12. But I need to add my 0 on the end, so 120. Or I can say I have 6 groups of 20. So 10, 20, 10, 20, 10, 20, 10, 20, 10, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 groups of 20. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 110, 120. So either way is a good strategy. I'm also going to show you how to do it on a number line. Let me see. Fold it so there's not as much to look at here. See if you can see all of this in this picture. Gee willikers. Let's see if I can fold it a little bit so you can see all of it in the picture. Sorry, I should have done that before. All right, 5 times 40. We're going to do that one. I could also say I'm doing 5 times 4 tens, because 4 tens is the same as 40. Okay, so I'm going to do jumps of 40 on my number line. How many jumps, you say? 5. All right, so I'm going to start here, and I'm going to say, okay, 10, 20, 30, 40. There's one jump. 10, 20, 30, 40, 2 jumps. 10, 20, 30, 40, 3 jumps. 10, 20, 30, 40, 4 jumps. 1, 2, that's 4. 10, 20, 30, 40, 5 jumps. So I did 5 jumps of 40. That was 200. Or I can say I did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I have 20 tens that I jumped over. Okay? I think whenever you say get the tens in there, I think that's a little more confusing. So we're going to look at one more on here. I'm going to switch my color over to green, so hopefully you'll be able to see the difference. So if we just said 4 times 30, I'm going to do 4 jumps of 30. So if I start here, 1, 2, 3, that's 30. Let me move my jumps down a little bit. Maybe that'll be easier. 10, 20, 30. Did 2 jumps. Doing 4. 10, 20, 30. 10, 20, 30. So that was 1, 2, 3, 4 jumps of 30. Gave me 120. I think it's easier whenever you don't bring in the tens and make it look like that. Okay, so we're going to be practicing on a number line on our practice page. This is a practice page. This is not something you're going to need to turn in for a grade. Practice. Okay, so we're doing 3 times 50. So we're going to do 3 jumps of 50. Okay, so I'm going to come down here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. There's 1. I've got to do 3 jumps of 50. So I start on the next number because I can't start there. That's where I landed. I've got to jump. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. That's 1, 2 jumps. I've got to do 3 jumps of 50. I can't start here. I've got to jump. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So that gives me 3 jumps of 50. So my answer would be 150. You can check it. 3 times 5, 5, 10, 15, and add our 0. Same thing. You can draw your 3 groups of 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, and count them to check it. I do want you to try the jumps on the number line. Okay? So that's all you're doing. You're going to do on this next one, you're going to do 4 jumps of 40. So you'll start on 0 and you'll count by tens. You'll do a jump to 40, and then you'll do another jump of 40, and another jump of 40, and another jump of 40, and see where you land. That would be your answer. Okay? All right, when you finish this page, I would love for you to post a picture just so I can see how you're doing. If you have any questions on this, post your questions on there. I'm checking it, okay? All righty, guys. I hope y'all have a great day today, and I hope this makes sense.